Hello, hello. Hello, hello. What's up? How y'all feeling? Y'all trying to do some magic? I had a feeling that collectively we needed a bit of a DNA activation. So if you're open and willing to receive, y'all, I went to go get my smoke and I come back and it's 131 beings in here. Hello, beautiful souls. Oh, y'all must have felt that. Because I said a nice little intention, and I said, those who need me will find me. Those who need this energy will find it. So, wherever you're at, if you have a moment, let's say 10 minutes, I'd like to take a little journey with you. I'd like to support you in receiving and accepting the DNA activations available to you now. With all that is going on energetically in the Schumann, in the vibrations, in the earth, all this vibration and energy is available to you if you so choose it. So if you want to rock out with me for a few moments, go ahead, tap the screen, send me some likes if you want me to guide you through a DNA activation. Let me know if you want it. Tap, 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 and let me know if you're ready and open and willing to receive DNA activations today. If you would like to be supported in receiving the energies of DNA activations today. If you are open and willing to ascend to your highest frequency possible. If you are open and willing to align yourself with your preferred timeline, the timeline of peace, the timeline of love, the timeline of joy, the timeline of your desires, the timeline of all of the goodness that is available to us on this realm. If you would like to ascend to a frequency that supports you unconditionally, where love is law, where kindness is king, where we operate in the fluidity of our light, where we give to one another and we care for one another and we support one another and we love each other. If that's the vibration you'd like to be on, this is for you. If you'd like to be on the vibration of abundance, prosperity, endlessness, the lack mentality is a lie, and we have to disseminate that as such. We have to move to the timeline where those untruths are no longer valid in our consciousness and our reality, and the ideologies that we accept for ourselves. Yes, because there is a more than enough. There is no lack. There is an overflow of abundance. There's an overflow of all that you need: fresh food, fresh water, housing, health, happiness. There's an overflow. There's an abundance of this energy. And if you're open and willing to receive that energy with me, let me know. This ain't for everybody. But those who are open and willing to receive, this is for you. I'm going to send you some Reiki energy. I want you to say out loud wherever you are, I am open and willing to receive. I am open and willing to receive. I am open and willing to receive. I am open and willing to receive divine light frequencies. I am open and willing to receive. I am open and willing to receive. I am open and willing to receive. Be a receptive vessel to light. Be a receptive vessel to love. Be a receptive vessel to peace. Be a receptive vessel to prosperity. Operate on the timeline of love. Operate on the timeline of healing of this planet and all of its inhabitants. Healing for those who are unable to heal themselves. Light for those who are unable to see clearly. We send divine light energy into the atmosphere, into the ethers, and may it travel to all of those who are open and willing to receive love, open and willing to receive support, open and willing to receive help, open and willing to receive light, open and willing to receive love, open and willing to receive peace, amplifying the vibration of our earth, all of its inhabitants, amplifying the energy in our air, amplifying the energy in our water, amplifying the energy within us. May we be clear. May our trauma release. May our fears release. May our doubts release. We surrender to the divine plan over each and every one of us. We surrender to divine love. We surrender to clarity and understanding. We surrender to collective union. We surrender to peace. We surrender to love. Let love lead everything that we do. May integrity operate in its highest frequency through us. How we love one another is a reflection of how we love each other. How we love ourselves is a reflection of the divine's love for us. Let us amplify our love for others. Healing, understanding, compassion, to all of the collective, those who are struggling, those who are in fear, those who are in doubt, those who are being pressed into uncomfortable positions. We send them love, we send them light, we send them healing, and we invite them to the timeline of limitlessness. We invite them to the timeline of love. We invite them to the timeline of peace. We create space for them to join us in our highest vibration, in the timeline where we dwell in our highest frequency possible. If you openly and willingly can receive, say out loud to yourself, I consent to divine energy supporting me now. 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 Ashe. 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 Feel that love. Be open and willing to receive it. You are worthy. You are deserving of love. Sometimes we have to just take care of each other like this. Sometimes we just have to offer kindness. Sometimes we just have to offer the joy from our heart to others. Sometimes just being kind, sometimes just being a reminder that grace is available, that love is available, that peace is available, so that we can move ourselves out of the illusions that we are consenting to. Yeah. Ashe, I'm so glad you felt it. I'm so glad you felt it. It was for you. It was for those who are open and willing to receive. So I'm happy that you are open and willing to receive. Receptivity is very important at this time. These energies that are moving through us need to be received by us. As the Schumann resonance is spiking, as we're having all of these astrological energies, with all of the energies that are moving around us, we have to consent. Spirit is giving us the option. Where do you want to dwell? How do you want to move? Do you want to stay where you are? Are you open to another timeline? Well, you have to consent to that. It's not just going to happen for you. You have to give the command and consent that you are open and willing to shift, that you are open and willing to receive, that you are open and willing to allow. That is the key. That is the key. You have to consent. This is a free will thing. You don't have to move. You can stay right where you at. You can stay uncomfortable if you so choose. If you choose to move to a higher frequency, you have to choose it. It is an active agreement. It is an active consent. So I just offer you love. I just offer you light. I just offer you a little support. I just offer you some gentleness. Some gentleness in your process right now. A brief reminder on this Monday that you are everything that you ever needed in this life. It is in you. The power is in you. The clarity is in you. The knowledge, the wisdom, the vibration is in you. You don't have to look outside for it. But you do have to consent. Help is here. Our planet is being surrounded by so much energy, so much light force, so many ships, so many portals opening around us, so many dimensions becoming unveiled around us, that if we are open and willing to see these things, if we are open and willing to see these things, if we're open and willing to be receptive, we can experience a new frequency. I can assure you that I have. And so I just want to remind you that you can. I want to remind you that you're worthy. I want to remind you not to be distracted. Not to be distracted by negative people, not to be distracted by these negative agendas and these negative energy pushes and these negative, hypnosis that they're trying to place upon the masses. That is not a part of your reality. Yeah. I want you to know that I'm blocking anything that is not in alignment with my vibration. That's just how it is. You have to be violent about your peace now. You have to be violent about your light. You got to protect it. That is your most important, most valuable possession, your light. your energy, your focus. You must protect it now. You really must protect it now. You really must protect it now. You found yourself ready to leave? Yeah, you're ready to leave the timeline. A lot of people are feeling this way, and I want to give you a little support on that. Just because you're feeling like you're ready to leave, it means that you are releasing yourself from the timeline where your pain is, where your suffering has been. That is a whole timeline. That is a whole lifetime. And you're ready for a new one. So you can start to consent to moving into a timeline that is more supportive of where you'd like to be. We've experienced the timeline of pain, the timeline of suffering, the timeline of lack. And we realized that we didn't like that. So we moved to another one. So we can choose that. I want you to be open and willing to choose. Open and willing to choose. And some people who missed out on our DNA activation, so we're going to do it again. If you're open and willing to receive a DNA activation that supports you and receiving divine energy that supports your timeline shifting, supports your DNA activations, say out loud, I'm open and willing to receive now. I am open and willing to receive now. If you're willing to receive light force energy that supports your desires, your manifestations, and your goals, your healing and your amplification, say, I am open and willing to receive now. I am open and willing to receive now. I'm sending long distance Reiki and quantum healing to you if you are open and willing to receive now. Receive light, receive love, receive peace. You are supported. You are loved. Your divine self is absolute perfection. There is nothing that you lack. Everything that you need will seek and find you. Everything that you desire will seek and find you. You are in the timeline of attraction. You're in the timeline of instant manifestation. You're on the timeline of prosperity. You're on the timeline of divine love. You're on the timeline of opulence and luxury and abundance and overflow and all good things. Everything that you desire desires you. 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 Everything that you desire also desires you. You're now shifting and moving to the timeline of your greatest desire, the timeline of your highest form of peace, your timeline of your highest frequency of abundance, the timeline of your highest vibration of love, the timeline of your highest vibration of power, the timeline of your highest vibration of peace. It is all up to you to be open and willing to receive. If you are open and willing to receive this energy transmission now, say out loud, I am open and willing to receive. 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 You are supported. You are loved. You are cared for. You are valuable. You are necessary. This is not by accident. You are not here by accident. You are divine. This is by divine design. Everything about you is wonderful. Everything about you is beautiful. Everything about you is perfect. You are a perfect reflection of divine love. You are a galactic cosmic being, full of wisdom from lifetimes upon lifetimes that are available to you now. You are full of clarity. You are full of understanding. You are full of compassion for yourself and others. You allow love to flow through you, being a vessel of love, being a being of love. You are blessed and you are a blessing. You are blessed and you are a blessing. You are blessed and you are a blessing. You are necessary. You are needed. You are loved. You are supported. You are held. You are nurtured. You are coddled by the divine who loves you infinitely. You are an infinite being. You are an infinite being. You are an infinite being. It is safe for you to move to the timeline of your greatest desires. It is safe for you to move into the timeline of your greatest desires. It is safe for you to move into the timeline of your greatest desires. Be open and willing to receive the DNA activations that amplify your frequency, that reconnect you with your God DNA, your God self, and your highest frequency, and let your crystalline DNA activate within you now. So mote it be, amen, and ashe. If that was for you, I hope that you felt that. If that was for you, I hope that you were open and willing to receive it. If that was for you, I hope that you absorbed it knowing that you are worthy. If that was for you, I hope that you felt it. I hope that you used that energy. I hope that you absorb that and transmute that into a superpower that you can use for your manifestations. If that was for you, I thank you for being open and willing to receive. Receptivity is very important. It's very important. You can't receive if you are not willing to. If you are not believing you are worthy. If you are not feeling that you should have goodness in your experience, that you should have kindness in your experience, that you should have love in your experience, that you are worthy of all good things in your experience, we have to reprogram ourselves. We have to uncoil from that timeline so that you can move to one where all things are possible, where it's full of love, where it's full of light, where it's full of peace, where you are supported, where you see the sisterhood and brotherhood in your fellow humans, when your love for humanity reigns supreme, when we work together collectively in love, supporting one another, lifting each other up, being kind and sharing our gifts with each other. That is power. That is peace. That is limitlessness. When we see our earth and our planet healed, that is peace. That is peace. That is peace. That is peace. So I just wanted to be the one to remind you today, on this Monday, as we embark on this new week, as we embark on this new timeline, that you are loved, that you are supported, and that whatever you are going through, you can just choose to no longer consent to that experience. If you're experiencing something in your world that you don't like, if you're experiencing something in your world that is not in alignment with you any longer, you can rescind that invitation. You can rescind that invitation if you so choose. Yeah, we do gotta love the earth back too. She's been taking care of us for quite some time. She's been loving on us for quite some time. She's been putting up with our bullshit and watching us learn for quite some time. So we gotta love her back too. We gotta allow love to permeate the vibration around us. We gotta give. We gotta be willing to give and be open and willing to receive. Create that divine balance of reciprocity. But we can do it. So many of us are waking up. So many of us are blossoming into our consciousness, and I'm so proud. So many of us are truly ascending. So many of us are doing the work, and I'm so proud of us. And I know it's not easy, and I know sometimes it hurts, and I know it makes you cry, and I know it breaks your heart. I know, but you're doing an amazing job, and I'm very proud of you. If no one has told you that they are proud of you for surviving, I am proud of you for surviving. I'm proud of you for overcoming those silent battles that nobody knew you were fighting. I'm proud of you for choosing peace when you could have chosen violence and darkness. I'm so proud of you. I know that it has not been easy. It has not been easy for me either. But we are warriors. We are warriors. And our weapons are light. Light is the greatest weapon. Don't ever be convinced that darkness is more powerful than light. Look up at the sky right now. You see that sun? It's the most powerful element in the universe. It can destroy everything, or it can give it so much warmth and keep everything alive. It's completely up to it. That is how powerful light is. So I just want you to be reminded that light work ain't light work. And just because it's light don't mean it ain't dangerous. You are protected. You are loved and protected. You are loved and protected. You are loved and protected. And I know that there's so many hypnosis going around in our frequency trying to convince you otherwise. This is pure hypnosis. This is pure mind control. But we don't consent to mind control. We are in alignment with who we are. We are in alignment with love. We are in alignment with our power. We're in alignment with our peace. And you can't shake that shit. You can't shake that shit. You can't shake what you are. You can't shake being divine. You can't shake being godly. You can't shake being omnipresent. That shit's in you. You can't shake that. Anything that is outside of that is an enemy to your peace and absolute confusion and destruction. And we don't consent to that. Right? We do consent to this ascension though. Because, oh man, it is working. Oh man, it's working. I had a very intense dream last night. Shout out to whoever's doing love magic on me. I saw your altar. It was real cute. It was real cute. It was. Like, you got a whole altar? You thought I wasn't going to see it? And I want you to know that I love you without all of that. You don't have to do all of that. But I'm flattered that you did. I'm flattered. You know, we all have our ways of pulling things in, manifesting, and allowing things to come to us, you know. And so that beautiful soul who is manifesting me, that I saw you in my dreams last night, holla at me. You ain't got to do all that. Just say hey. I love the effort. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a beautiful reminder. Drink your water, stay hydrated. And allow yourself to be loved. You know, the vibration of love is under deep attack. We're feeling unworthy of love. We don't know how to love others. We're afraid to offer our love and our kindness to others. We got to shift that. If you love somebody, just love them. Just be there. Just be it. Show them. Tell them. It doesn't matter if you're rejected. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Give it. Give it freely. Give your love freely, because the world needs it. And the more we start to give love, the more people will understand that they're worthy of receiving it and stop fighting against it. Because it's the superpower of the universe. That's why they're attacking our hearts so much. That's why they're attacking love so much and union so much. You lost the ability to fall in love with humans. If you lost the ability to fall in love with humans, then you lost the ability to be in your true power. And I want you to remedy that. I want you to remedy that, because love is your superpower. That's why I was under attack so much. They don't want you to be able to love. So I do it out of rebellion. I love out of rebellion. As many times as my heart has been hurt, as many times as I've been disappointed, as many times as I had to pick myself up off the floor, as many times I've been rejected, as many times as love has burnt me raw, I'd be damned if I stop. Because I know that's my superpower. You would not attack it. It would not be under attack if it wasn't powerful. I'm in my truest form when I'm loved, when I'm loving. So that is where they're going to try to attack your heart, your ability to love. Because a closed heart can't ascend. A closed heart can't manifest. A closed heart can't combat darkness. Where's your light? So if you let them take that from you, that's like you being on the warfield. My bad. That's like you being on the war field, and they take your AK and all your clips. What? You definitely gonna lose. That's your weapon. So don't let them take that. Heal, forgive, understand that they didn't know what they were doing. Understand that, love is a superpower, and you have to encompass it. Only the strong can hold it. So confront your weaknesses. And weaknesses can look like where we hold anger, where we hold resentment. That's a weakness, because it's easier to stay angry. It's easier to be in a low vibration than it is to be in a high vibration. It's easier to say fuck the world than it is to say love the world. It's easier. It's so much easier. And if you're taking the easy way out, it's going to hurt. You're not doing yourself no favors. You're not doing yourself any favors by giving up on love. Because that's the one thing, that's the one superpower in the entire universe. So if you're willing to put your weapons down like that, you go ahead. We in war. I know my weapons. I keep the clip of my heart loaded, baby. I don't play. I got extra rounds for days of this love. You're not going to take it from me. You're not going to rob me of my superpower. You're not going to allow disappointment and distraction and deception to make me lose focus on who I am and what I am created of. Don't fall for the trap. And love is your weapon. And I say that coming from a place that knows, coming from a heart that has had to be rebuilt over and over and over again. I've struggled. People think that. People think, they see me in this version of myself, in this timeline of my life, and they're just like, oh, she's just like, y'all don't have any idea how much forgiveness it took, how much understanding and compassion it took to those who hurt me, to those who were careless with me. But it's so much blessing in that. It's so much blessing in that peace. It's a peace that you can't be robbed. You can't take it from me. No matter what they put on this news, no matter what the Supreme Court do, no matter what anybody do, you can't take that. You can't take that. If you had to stay far away from humans to protect yourself, yeah, isolation is required sometimes, but at a certain point you're hiding. And I want you to be able to decipher. Are you healing or are you hiding? Because if all you see is the projection of toxic people, that is what you are going to attract. So you have to shift you got to shift it. Be in your power. You can attract good people into your experience. When you are operating in light, light will find you. When you unsure, you're going to get what you get. When you are unsure, you're going to get what you get. So you need to be certain about the vibrations that you are open and willing to receive. And stop hiding. They taking you out your power, King. And you letting them. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. You do not have time for that. Ashe. When you forgive those who hurt you, you are making things harder for those who did you wrong. I mean, you can look at it like that. I look at it like, just because you hurt me once doesn't mean I'm going to give you permission to hurt me over and over and over again every time I think about it. Every time I pour my energy into it, you stabbing me over and over and over again. You only stabbed me once, but I allowed myself to be cut 1,000 times because I won't let it go. So when I'm bleeding and I'm broken and I'm bruised, I can't heal like that. I can't heal like that. And I deserve to be whole. It ain't about them. It's about what I deserve. I love me too much to allow myself to be cut into 1,000,000 pieces. That's why. That's why. And I understand, I've hurt others. Nobody's perfect. I have been in spaces in my life where I was not aware, of how my actions felt to others. I've been in situations where people weren't aware of how their actions felt to me. Okay, we got a different sense of awareness now. We can move different. Cool. That's all. But we got to get over this nonsense. We got to get over this fear. We got to get over all of this and raise. Because we need each other. We need each other. Wouldn't it be so beautiful if we could just love each other properly? Wouldn't it be so beautiful if you could trust people? If you could trust their intentions, that they're not trying to hurt you, that they're not trying to steal from you, that they're not trying to take from you. They're just there to enjoy life with you. We can have that. We can have that. We deserve that. And we got to fight for it. But you just got to understand what your weapons are. That's it. Go ahead and cry. Let it out. Cry. Let it out. This is Cancer season. We all going to be doing some crying. Trust me, I've been crying too. Let's just cry. Get it out. There's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with releasing that energy. There's nothing wrong with allowing the emotional waters to flow. It's okay. Cry, baby. It's okay. You are not weak because you are crying. You are releasing. You are allowing this energy to move through you. Thank yourself for releasing. Thank yourself for letting go. Be proud of yourself for being courageous enough to release and to surrender. Those tears are going to purify you. All of those fears coming up to the surface, they gotta go. All of that pain that went undealt with, it gotta go. It gotta go. And the only way to get it out is to get it out. Yeah, go sit with your team. Go get loved on. Go get loved on properly. Let the divine love on you. It's okay to cry. I used to have such a hard time crying. Oh God. And when I did cry, it felt like I couldn't stop. I was crying for so much repressed emotion. So much pain that I didn't even know how to process. But I got it out. And I freed myself. Because when that pain get a hold of you, it make it so you can't love nothing. And make it so you can't even love yourself, that you can't even receive love. Again, you were stabbed once, but you were cut 1,000,000 times. You gotta allow yourself to heal. You gotta know you're deserving. If you just let it go, that's just temporary. That pain, anything that you're feeling right now, is temporary. It's okay, breathe through it. Breathe through the pain. We have to stop being afraid of pain. Breathe through it. Breathe through it. Conquer it. See it. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. It just wants to be seen. It just wants to be heard. That pain just wants to be acknowledged. Acknowledge it. Stop running from it. Yes, you were hurt. Yes. Yes, you endured some mighty discomforts. Yes. Yes, it has been hard. Yes, you have worked really, really hard and not gotten as far as you wanted to. Yes, you felt disappointed. I know. Breathe through that. That does not have to be your reality anymore. But this energy can't go to the timeline that you really, truly want to be on. You got to choose. You got to surrender. Where do you want to be? How do you want to move? Choose. You got to let that out before you go. Because it's got a hold of you. You can't let no pain hold you hostage. You can't let it hold you hostage. You got to let it go. So if we weepy today, if we crying today, if we in our feelings today, it's okay. It's okay. That is showing that you are healing. That is showing that you are actively in motion of energy. Ain't nothing wrong about it. We all cry. What was I crying for? Oh, God. You want to know what happened? I'll be transparent with you guys. This was on one of the nights where we had that huge Schumann spike. And I was like, in a transcendental space, kind of in my body, kind of not. And I saw myself crying. And I was like, why are we crying? And this is like my higher self. My soul was just like, we feel betrayed by love. And that shook me, that internally in the subconscious level, I feel betrayed by love. How many people feel betrayed by love for having a good heart, for being a good person, and still at receiving rejection and abandonment and feeling as though you're not good enough when you give your all, right? That was me. And that was subconscious. I've been working through that. I've been working through that. And the way that I'm working through it, because I feel betrayed by love, that is why I came on here today, to give so much love freely. You're not going to stop me from loving. You're not going to stop me from receiving love. You're not going to stop me from being able to love someone because someone did not know how to receive it. You will not stop me. I took that shit personal. I took it personal. So it's some things that we experience you got to take personal. And you got to move through it. And you got to understand how the way out is love. The way out is love. If you've been hurt, if you're a person whose heart has been hurt by others not being able to love you, by those not being able to see you, by those not being able to reciprocate, if you feel like you're the one who's always doing and never receiving, it's okay. It's okay. That was your superpower. You don't know how much those people needed that. They needed it so much they didn't even know how to receive it. It's okay. It's okay to have a beautiful heart. It's okay to be a soft space in a hard world. It's necessary. And those of us who have experienced that, we're going to be okay. We got to heal though. We take care of others and the divine takes care of us. That's your mission. That's your assignment, to love. That's your assignment, to love. And when you need to be refueled, you got to know where to go get it. The divine loves you. The ancestors, the guardians, the protectors, the galactics, the angels, the Shakti, the Shiva. You are loved by galaxies of beings. So just return to love. And don't let them take that from you. It hurts, I know. But guess what? We all feeling it. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. We can get through this together. If we stand by each other with a little bit more compassion and a little bit more understanding that people are dealing with some deep wounds right now that they don't even know how to process, while being under a mind control agenda to keep them trapped into a lower frequency of fear, we'll have a little bit more compassion for the battle that we're all fighting. But the one thing you cannot do on a battlefield is put down your weapon. And your weapon is love. That is why they are consistently trying to disarm us of our compassion. They're trying to desensitize us. They're trying to make us feel no empathy. Make us feel so uncomfortable that we shut down our ability to love, to feel. We want to go numb because they just keep giving us chaos. They just keep feeding us trauma to the point where we just want to shut down and be numb. That's them taking our fucking weapons. Or they want to take out our love and transmute it into anger, where it's at a lower vibration and not as powerful. Look at the tactics and arm yourself accordingly. That's what you do. That's what you do. Look at the tactics. Pay attention. Know your enemy. Watch how they're using. Watch how they're using you against you. Watch how they're using us against us. And reject that shit. Reject that. Reject those thought processes, those consents. Reject that with all of your might. That's how you do it. You show love regardless. They want us to hate each other. They want men against women, black against white, young against old. Come on, Willie Lynch letters. They already told us this is how they do things. They already told us this is how they do things. So we gonna fall for it? They got men and women fighting. Black and white fighting. Everybody fighting. Yeah. That's how they winning. That's how they winning. So we can't have that. We cannot have that. This was my loving and my friendly reminder to you. My loving and my friendly reminder to you. If you were here for the DNA activations, they were just for you. If you missed them, I'll do them again. And if you need some one-on-one time with me, the link is in bio. And you can use the coupon code GRATITUDE for 20% off of all of my services. So if you need some one-on-one time, if you need a reading, if you need some support, if you need a DNA activation, if you need, a star seed reading, I got you. Use the code GRATITUDE. There's a little gift in there for you. So I am going to go now. I got some work to do. But I love you. And I just wanted you to be reminded of love. Okay? You got this. You're not alone. You got this. I wish I could just kiss your little face. Go have a beautiful day. Please have a beautiful week. Please. Go love on something. Go love on something. Go love on somebody. Go love on something. Be it a plant, be it an animal. Go love on something. That's what you do. When you feel heartbroken, love on something. Love on a collective. Just love on something. This is me loving on something. That something just happened to be y'all today. That's the way out. Love on something. I feel so much better. That's the answer. When you feeling unsure, you feeling afraid, love on something. It'll heal you. And drink your water. I'll come and check on you guys later, okay? Okay.